2019 Super Bowl edition.
I like it.
How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Great.
Everybody watched Super Bowl?
Weather's warmer? No.
I watched the very, very end, so I caught like the last 4 minutes.
Really quick about the game. I know you were all loving on it. Oh, I love the game. I mean, it was good. It was a good game. It was defensive, obviously. We're not expecting that, but I felt like I was doing this for a while because I'm like, oh, they punted again. This is fun. What's better than a blowout?
Yeah, I liked it.
Because when was that? That was a couple years ago. Was it Denver and
Seattle?
Seattle? Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
It was like 48-10. Yeah, that was bad. So this in comparison, probably not as bad.
I just like the result.
Yeah. I had no horse in the race,
Yeah.
so whatever. And I was kind of like, well, if he's there, let's see if Tom Brady can get a sixth, because, a sixth title. That's pretty amazing. So.
Well, and Edelman's one of my favorite players, so for him to get the MVP was cool. I was going to shave this morning, but I'm going to try to see if I can get that beard like he has.
I wonder how long that would take.
He said he can't remember the last time he shaved.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It'd take too long.
I think that's what he said, yeah.
So I wonder how long it would take me to do.
Next Super Bowl edition?
2 lifetimes.
Right. See, it was so funny that you said it was a boring game, because to me, coming in for the last 4 minutes, or whenever it was tied, I was like, oh, this seems like it must have been a good game. It must have been actually exciting. So I guess I caught the very best part of the game.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting because I like offense, but I like defense too. So it was exciting to see a defensive battle, and the whole time whoever scores next probably is going to win this game.
Right.
And
well, I have to say, I think Tom Brady gets a lot of flack too, because I saw some stuff making fun of like, oh, the greatest of all time, and they were showing, there was a guy, there was a little video he made of, he would pause the TV and he'd show like, oh, look at this tight window he has to throw in. There's like about 20 yards between his receiver and the next guy.
Sure.
And there's, he's making fun of him.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's coaching though. Mm-hmm. So between the two, is he throwing these like insane throws in there? No, but when he has to, he can.
Yeah.
Like that throw to Gronk at the end there to set him up at the 2-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a touch pass.
Well, and they said too, they showed a stat that all 6 of his Super Bowl wins were winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. So.
Yeah. He's still pretty dang awesome.
Yeah, gotta give him credit for still doing it.
Yeah.
Gives hope for me.
Yeah. Yay, old guys. Yay, old guys.
Old guys unite, yes.
Yeah.
Real quick, halftime show, yay or nay?
I'm not a Maroon fan 5, so nay for me, but.
I don't know. I appreciate that he's a talented, especially Adam Levine, he's a talented musician.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy. I'm just not a huge fan.
I was telling you guys earlier, I just had to laugh at the social media stuff with his outfit of choice and compared to everyone's curtains of choice and pillows of choice.
I did see an Onion article afterwards that said, unfortunately, there were no audio problems during the thing.
I saw that too. That's pretty good.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. I was kind of probably more nay on it too. It was just vanilla to me, like. They came out, hit a couple of their quote unquote, big hits, and a couple of these like odd guests on there that I don't know, just seemed kind of like they didn't fit to me. And then taking some clothes off at the end and call it a day. I don't know.
I think it's weird to go through the whole season of football and then the final game you change the format of it. Like, let's just have this really long halftime for the most important game of the year and have the players in the locker room for 3 times as long. Or
I don't know if it's like they're running out of people to ask. You know what I mean? You think about all the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you start to kind of go, because even
true.
like we were talking too, like all the people that they had asked and turned it down, like Pink and Rihanna. I mean, they're kind of getting down to like, well, there is Maroon 5, I guess.
Right.
There's on the radio, I think.
I know Minnesota tried this the first time they had the Super Bowl, but to do something besides a musical act, maybe. And I know it was terrible for Minnesota when they did it. It was horrible, but does it always have to be a musical act?
No. Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't they do some like ice skating, very
Yeah.
Minnesota-esque type thing?
Right.
That's Minnesota.
Yeah,
That's Minnesota.
Pushing the boundaries.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they featured some other type of performance other than music.
Yeah.
Something local to where it's hosted.
Dogs catching frisbees.
Well, they did have the puppy bowl.
Yeah.
So I guess they did do that.
That's true.
But the thing is, too, with how much money you spend on tickets, like for the Super Bowl, you pay for both kind of a concert and the game.
Right.
So people kind of expect, to have a musical number or something in between.
Well, I mean, it's just,
When do you buy snacks or go to the bathroom at the Super Bowl if you're there?
Good point.
When would you go? Can't go during halftime. Can't go during the game.
Right after, man.
Right before and right after.
Right.
One thing that did crack me up about this Super Bowl was the social media campaign ahead of time about leave your drones at home.
Oh, really?
And that they actually had to announce that again. Can you imagine the chaos if everybody brought their little tiny photography drones and started buzzing around people?
Wow.
They had a whole campaign, hashtags and
Hey, I have a
Twitter
question.
and everything.
During the halftime show, are the people on the field, are they paid actors, or do you think they actually are?
Oh, is it awful?
It's always like, oh, people are just digging this. They're like, they're going crazy.
They got their arm around each other.
Yeah.
They're looking up at the drones up in the sky. And,
I'm always like, are those real people?
oh, is it bad?
They gotta be just paid actors.
I think they're real people.
Yeah.
Well, they're real people.
Yeah.
I think they're getting paid to be there.
Robots would have been cool.
Yeah.
Although I suppose if you go to the Super Bowl and you get, say, you want to go on the field during halftime, like, heck yeah, I don't care who it is. It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Whatever.
It's an experience type thing. Again, paying for the experience.
Right, right. So,
All right, what are we really here to talk about today?
well, I want to talk about the ads.
All right.
The last couple of years, we've done a Super Bowl thing. Always about a week late. So we're like, all right, this year, in our quest to be better with our podcast and keep getting incrementally better, let's do it the morning right after and get it out today.
All right.
So,
How do you want to start this? I don't know. I got.
I think since we were on the topic of robots before.
Hold on. Before that,
oh,
I just looked it up because I wanted to see. 30 seconds was between 5.1 and 5.3 million dollars.
Wow.
So
wow.
keep that in mind when you talk about your ads. And go.
Robots, AI, everything.
Yeah, there was a huge thematic. Well, there was a huge. Let me back it up. Overall, like there was a theme. There's only a couple things, but there was creepy robot and AI related
Yeah.
stuff, which kind of makes sense with the world we live in now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could even throw in the Alexa stuff because there was some Alexa ads.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of, I guess, obvious stuff. Man, that was creepy.
Yeah. It was a TurboTax. Is that what we said?
TurboTax,
TurboTax. That little
the
kid.
Robo Kid or whatever.
Ugh, that was great.
Papa.
Was it as bad as Puppy Monkey Baby?
Oh, Puppy Monkey Baby was great.
That one was so ridiculously like weird that it was
Yeah.
kind of cool, and it was so like this was just flat out creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Papa. It's kind of like if a robot could be Pinocchio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Papa, am I gonna be a real boy someday?
Yeah.
I was waiting for his nose to grow or something.
Which one is it? Which one?
I was just thinking, since we were talking about the just like technology, robots, like AI and stuff, I thought it was fitting since last week or the week before we talked about the voice and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
oh, yeah.
So the one that stuck out to me was the Harrison Ford and his dog one.
Yeah.
I'm a big Harrison Ford fan,
Yeah.
so I thought that was kind of cute. But
Yeah.
again, like Alexa was just and there was that other one, the Pringles one that had like a Alexa like thing too.
Yep.
Like all the voice stuff. It's just so funny to me that was the whole theme for everyone this year. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
So there was a couple of the Alexa ones. There was just the Harrison Ford by himself, but then there was that montage of
all the
other-
fails.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
fails. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah. I didn't pick up on it, but I was reading a couple other reviews, and I had forgot that it was kind of a play off of what they did last year. Because last year they were talking about all the things you could do with Alexa.
Right.
This year they played opposite with the fails to
Yeah.
kind of also get across the point of.
Because they started with the
benefits.
microwave.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Cooking something in the microwave with
Mhm.
Alexa. Is our Alexa going crazy right now, by the way?
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
No,
She'll
She's
just pipe in
ignoring
when
us.
she's ready.
yeah.
It's weird that we all looked on the floor. But yeah, Harrison Ford, when he does comedy roles like that, he just cracks me up. So
Mhm.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It also cemented in my head that my dog is a mutt. He's a mix, and I know he's a terrier mix, but he has the markings of a Boston Terrier. My dog got me part Boston Terrier.
Yeah.
Just, the more I looked at that, and the more I kind of want, like, someday when, God forbid, our dog moves on, think I want to get a Boston Terrier. Those are cool dogs.
They're fun.
So Amazon nailed it then for you.
Oh,
Yeah, they
all
really-
over it.
Exactly what they're trying to get across.
Right. Buy a dog that'll talk to Alexa.
Since we're on this creepy theme, the Michelob Pure Gold out in the rainforest.
Yeah.
I thought that was the creepiest ad. However, Steven liked that one.
No, it was great. It felt a little bit different.
I liked the fact that it was different, but
Was that the one when
She talked like this the whole time.
Yes, yeah. Did you guys catch on? Did she even drink the beer?
she poured it.
She poured it
I
and
don't
she
know.
made all like the noises, but did she
The sound
taste it?
effects
Yes.
were nice. Like she tapped her finger.
Yes.
Yeah.
But did she taste it? Wasn't that the point? Wasn't that like their tagline or something?
Can you taste beer in a commercial?
So, well, here's the thing.
That's a good
To-
question. I don't know.
To your point, Steven, about there was this kind of weird like sensation thing to it.
Yeah.
Textural. and
Textural with
atmospheric.
with the quiet with the fingers on the, so maybe there's that underlying texture thing they're trying to get. I don't know.
Okay,
It made me
do that
feel-
without whispering.
I know the whispering.
It just felt ahead of the curve. It felt like there'll be more commercials like that in the years to come.
Well, and I had talked about, I watched the Super Bowl with my oldest son and a lot of his friends, and so I had like six teenagers, and that came on, and they all sat, and I looked over at them, and they're all doing this face like, what is going on? And then my son Nolan's like, nope. He kept going like that because of the creepy whispering thing. So that was kind of funny.
Quiet place style.
Yeah.
But it is smart when you think about it because it makes you listen. Like it's so quiet that it does make you pay attention. It's
was
not
different.
like those big like loud things where you kind of almost like tone it out a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of the kind of different where it's just quiet, whatever, it'd be like kind of the Andy Warhol thing that was with Burger King.
Yeah.
Because, you're just watching it like, okay, wow, they found footage of Andy Warhol in a Burger King commercial. This is weird. And we were talking before, too. It made me wonder, like, is this real? Or did they, like, again, back to the AI or technology thing, like, overlay his face on some other actor and make it look that way? Because I know they can do that now.
Right. I looked it up, and it was from something in the early 80s. An experimental filmmaker was filming a bunch of stuff, and he had Andy Warhol eating all these fast food things. So it was real. And I liked it because I liked they used the retro logo.
Oh, yeah.
And again, because it was different, and I started wondering, are they going to start doing more of these things or something? I don't know. There's something about it I liked.
I did too, because I think it just stood out.
Yeah.
Because it kind of stripped it down. You think about all the other stuff. You see all these commercials, and all of a sudden there's this, A, it's quiet. B, it's Andy Warhol. And it's Burger King together. This is really weird.
Did you notice he took the bun off and then put the ketchup on the side and then put the bun back on?
Yeah. I don't know. So, weird, but effective.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah.
So, I don't know, that was cool.
Going back to the creepy for a second, because that's our
Creepy was
theme
the theme.
apparently.
Yeah.
The Colgate Close Talker with Luke Wilson.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope.
So Luke Wilson was a close talker, but he had Colgate, so it was okay. So he was this close to people talking. Just creeped me out, but it's kind of funny too.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have any offhand?
Well, the only one that really stuck out to me was I mentioned them earlier, was the truck commercials about the Rams already lost.
Oh,
And then they did it before the week before the Super Bowl. It made me wonder if they had this queued up before the Rams got into the Super Bowl, or if they threw it together
Yeah.
after those playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I never
Is there-
saw those.
Was that came on after they actually lost, or was that played before?
I don't know the exact timing. I just
Oh.
remember seeing it over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last week.
Oh,
Kind of curious if they get more
Oh, so it was
impact out of
before.
that with it was the week before the Super Bowl. I was seeing these ads.
that's interesting.
Yeah, kind of neat, the lead in to the Super Bowl.
Rig.
I know you had one that you liked.
Well, I'm a big fan of all like the Bud Light commercials. I don't know. I think they're just kind of funny. They're quirky. They're just it's them. Like you see it and you know it's them. You know, like the whole like dilly dilly thing, all that stuff that they do. But they're really pushing they don't make anything with corn syrup and stuff like that. But I'm more of a Game of Thrones fan, so I had to appreciate. I feel like with all the other Game of Thrones fans out in the world watching the Super Bowl, the part with the Mountain, the big knight who comes in and just takes down the Bud Light, the Bud Knight. Yes, the Bud Knight. And is aggressive, and then the dragon comes in. So
Man, a lot of production there.
I'm not a Bud Light fan, and I am a Game of Thrones fan. So the fact that he took out the Bud Night Out, I like it too.
The other one though, the corn syrup one I thought was fun, but also a huge diss track, if you will, to Coors Light and Miller Lite.
Yeah.
And actually, I saw a thing this morning that I didn't read it, but it sounded like it started a little feud now. So
Good.
get them going,
Yeah, good
maybe I'll get
stuff.
better stuff out of it, fighting for that. But that was interesting. So speaking of beer too, there was that Stella Artois ad with the dude from The Big Lebowski, and they had what's her name from
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, from Sex and the City, and then who was the other? What else was in there? Oh, the guy from the Secchies, the most interesting man in the world was in that, which I thought was interesting. It's kind of like the Sprint guy doing the about face from Verizon, so that was interesting.
Where did you put that, in your like or dislike?
I liked it. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I know my younger generation had no clue any of those people were in there, so that was a little interesting. But obviously, they're not the target market, so makes sense.
I bring up T-Mobile because they must have had 10 commercials in there. The bright pink screen and the texting. I put them in the dislike just because I was kind of bored with the whole texting thing.
Yeah.
However, that big bright screen with their white logo on it.
Major brand build there.
Yeah. I think that they probably did what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
But
yeah. What else? Go ahead.
Oh, I absolutely love the Jason Bateman Hyundai commercial with the elevator.
Oh, the elevator one,
I didn't check that one out. I didn't see it, and I love Jason Bateman, so I wanted to see it, and I totally forgot to look it up.
So the theme was he was running this elevator, and this couple gets in, and he asked what they were doing, and they said they were car shopping. So he said, "Oh, we're going down," and he pushes a button. There's a bunch of other people in the elevator. So as you go down, it starts off. Somebody gets off at the root canal floor. Then it goes to the vegan dinner party.
Just all the terrible.
Yeah, what do they yell out? Who's ready for their meatloaf? And there was a colonoscopy one.
Yeah.
So they get down to the car buying floor, and it's this parking lot with the little guys, It just looks awful.
Yeah.
And they said, "No, we're buying a Hyundai." So he said, "Oh, we're going back up." So they go back up.
Cute.
I like
good.
I like Jason Bateman a lot. So
good segue into the other one that I did not like, the Kia commercial with the Telluride. Trying way too hard.
I think so too.
Like I felt like I was watching I was trying to think of what did it feel like at first. It felt a lot like kind of like the remember the old farmer thing from 6 years ago with the Paul Harvey, which was
kind of the anthem commercial.
So fantastic. Like it had that feel with the close-ups of people, and they had that background narrative. And then there was this car, and all of a sudden wait, it was a car commercial, and then all of a sudden they're plowing through water, totally not believable.
It says don't do this with your vehicle.
Yeah, it just was a huge disconnect for me.
And you're like, it's a Kia.
Right. It'd be different if it was some really cool
Jeep might be able to get away with that one.
But I'm like, what's a Kia?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it driving under that water make it blow up or die on the spot? So I was just, I don't know. I thought that was working way too hard for what it was. But I don't know.
I'm gonna just briefly mention one I really like that you guys can look up later. We won't talk about it much, but it's the Devour food commercial. Those things, the food porn.
No.
Oh yeah, I did see that one. Yes, I did.
Pretty
see that
dang
one.
funny.
Yeah.
I also
That
saw
was
an
funny.
unedited version on accident. All right, we'll move on.
Well, they've kind of been known for that. Their other stuff they've done has been this
edgy,
spicy.
Something about forking and stuff.
Yeah.
Seriously, our other ads. So
yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
The Twilight Zone's coming back.
Cool.
Which my kids are like, what the hell is that?
Twilight Zone.
It was a cool setup though. I liked the commercial for it.
Yeah. Well, you've hit all the ones I had on my list, but the one I think we all agreed too, and I have a tough time really calling. I mean, it was obviously a commercial, but because it was for the NFL and it's their platform, it felt a little bit whatever. But the 100th year
was my absolute favorite.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool how they fit so many different players from different generations into that one thing.
So I love
pretty awesome.
I love how the beginning Roger Goodell's up front and they have Marshawn Lynch trying to reach into the cake. I'm like, what a perfect guy. The guy that eats Skittles on the sideline.
That's the total guy.
Oh, is that perfect for him? And then of course you had two of my favorite players of all time were in it, Barry Sanders and Tom Brady. And Tom Brady takes all his rings off, hands them to Baker
Get out there, old
Mayfield.
man.
It's like handing the torch to
Right.
Mayfield.
I thought there was a lot of that kind of cool foreshadowing stuff. Like, even there was the shot of the ball in the air, and it was started coming down. I'm like, and then all of a sudden it's the immaculate reception with Franco Harris.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, that's brilliant. So good.
I saw a comment when I was looking at that one today that Todd Gurley had more yards in that commercial than he did in the real game.
It's true.
It is true.
That's
I like
too
how
bad.
the Dolphins guys were sitting around the table in their jackets. And
Yeah.
just kind of taking it all in.
Oh, it was done really well.
No Randy Moss.
No,
No.
he's too busy on the sideline analyzing. So
Yeah, I have more I wrote down.
Okay, go for it.
I'm not sure we have to spend any time on them, but the first responder stuff for Verizon, it's kind of long and drawn out to me, but I like the idea of what they were doing.
it's a good message.
Mhm.
I did feel like sometimes though, like those, obviously they're trying to get this emotional connection, and I don't know, some of those felt a little forced again too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
There was that other one with the Washington Post. It was the Democracy Dies in the Darkness.
Mhm.
That was pretty popular, kind of showing, all these reporters that go out there and risk
I
their
thought that one
lives.
was
And
pretty well done. Honestly.
Yeah, it was,
that one kind of hit home, I
yeah.
think, for a lot of people too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I thought that was well done.
Yeah.
As far as the emotional category.
Right.
goes.
Right.
I agree. There was the Audi commercial where the guy's walking through the field and he sees his grandpa sitting on the porch. Did you see this one?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing
And
this
he gets into his grandpa's like, I gotta show you something, and he goes and brings him into this beautiful new Audi sports car, and then he starts just like, I don't know,
Like kind of he like gets
Yeah.
into the car and he's like so excited, and then he kind of like starts convulsing. He's like, "What's happening?" And all of a sudden it cuts to him in his office, and he's choking on a cashew, and this lady's giving him a
high look, and he realizes he's just in this cubicle land, and Tyler's
Yeah.
like, "Well, this sucks."
Yeah.
that was funny.
And isn't
Check
that
that
going
one
to be like an electric car? Is that what their big?
I think they were talking about their future.
The future, like going
electric
into the
cars.
future, yeah, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
There was the Bubbly versus Michael Bublé.
That was good.
I thought that was pretty
I thought
funny.
that was good.
I'll have to watch
Yeah.
that one.
He's in a supermarket and keeps saying they're saying the name wrong.
So the drink is bubbly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's Bublé.
I like how he ended it too, where he's sitting down and he's like
He's got a
Put it-
Sharpie.
adding an E on the end and the little what do you call that? The little tick across the top.
Accent, yeah.
Mark. So
Yeah, I mean, I watched the Doritos one again this morning with Chance the Rapper and Backstreet
yeah.
Boys. I don't get
I
this
think that was
one at
again
all.
forced where it's like,
That-
okay, who
It's
can
so funny because you could definitely tell with the beer commercials, their target audience is like, a little bit older
Yeah.
and stuff. Especially if it's kind of like, like a, legendary beer or whatever,
Right,
or whatever,
right.
like really old school beer. But with the chip commercials, very millennial
Yeah.
Yeah.
based. I feel like bringing back the Backstreet Boys
Yeah.
and stuff, and then inserting him in there,
Right.
and then kind of same with like I was telling you about the Pringles one too.
Yeah.
With like just doing the
Yeah.
voice and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
I thought was funny.
There was, I wrote down the M&M's commercial just because in the past they've had dozens of commercials, it seems like, and this year I think they only had the one. Which, it was kind of boring, but I did have Christina Applegate, which was my childhood crush, so there's that.
She was an anchor man.
Yeah. How about a big fail for the avocados?
Yeah, that was. Here's the thing. Just like the Super Bowl, I was saying this morning too. Is you have so many years of awesome stuff, and then you're bound to have a flop.
Yeah.
I felt like they flopped this year.
I did too.
They had a lot of years of good stuff.
Pepsi had the one with the Steve Carell, Lil Jon, and Cardi B.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it. I liked the Steve Carell part of it, and then they I feel like they ruined
Yeah.
it, jamming too much into
Yeah.
that commercial.
I feel like
Gotta
that's
get your
Pepsi.
money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I mean, I think overall it.
So your favorite overall? Ever have a
I think
favorite?
as the NFL one, just
NFL one for
was
me
pretty.
too.
But again, I think you got to be a sports. You don't have to be a sports. guy,
sports.
I don't
yeah,
think you
yeah.
have to be a
Go
sports
sports.
person to appreciate it.
Yeah,
though,
you
appreciate
it was
it.
it was well done too.
And I'm sure even non-sports fans recognize one or two people.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would-
that was done really well.
My top three in no order were the 100-year one, the Hyundai with the elevator, and the food porn.
Yeah. I still see that stupid dog running around in circles barking in Alexa's.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford talking to him like a kid.
Yeah. Not talking to you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was our quick, quote unquote, quick review of Super Bowl 53.
The creepy Super
The
Bowl.
creepy year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so.
Creepy.
All right, anything else?
No.
Well, hope you liked the Super Bowl. It was meh, but I think the commercials are better than I originally thought. The more I kind of had a chance to sit with them, I think we all agreed with that. So, again, this was 25. So in 26, if you have any questions you want to ask us about anything that we covered. And last week we talked about SEO and analytics. We talked about inbound. We've talked about web stuff. Ask it at hashtags AskCA on any social media. Shoot us an email, give us a call, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.